is far more important than knowing what to do. So what not to do, don't try and get it right. And this is something that I'm very guilty of. Even today I may tell you this, but I don't actually act this one out myself, unfortunately. Don't pull a feature before it beds down. So you think you have a good idea, you put it into the product, it goes out there and it fails, so you pull it. You recognize it as failure, you pull it. The reality, though, probably is that it was a good feature, it just needs to be tweaked a bit. And so don't pull things until you actually give it a chance to bed down a little bit. Don't worry about colours. You know, no matter who you show a product to, they won't like the colour. No one ever likes the colour. Doesn't matter what colour it is, they won't like the colour. And the truth is, you know, you can never please people when it comes to the colour of whatever it is you have to be making. And I think the same thing applies to fax copy as it does to a website. Don't code for scalability until you've proven that someone will actually use it. Don't have nice to haves. Nice to haves are nice to have. You know, they're nice to have. They're not essential. So don't code them. Code what's essential. Don't spend a lot of time getting expert advice. You know, expert advice is sometimes necessary. I don't want to say never go out and hire a lawyer. I would love to say that actually, but in general, be wary about it. If your motivation for going out there and hiring an expert in the field is because you want to mitigate your chances of failure, then look twice about that and maybe think about using that money to get your product out quicker and faster. And when eventually you discover that your product idea was wrong, don't stubbornly insist that you were right in the first place and the rest of the world was wrong. At some point in time you have to recognize that your idea just isn't going to fly. And you just move forward to the next thing and give it a time. So I've talked today a lot about failure, and I've talked about failure as being a good thing. And I firmly believe that failure is a good thing, and learning how to fail is a good thing. But that's the type of failure when you try hard to do something and you put everything behind it, and through some flaw you don't succeed and you learn from that experience. There is another type of failure, and that's where you simply just don't try in the first place. You just couldn't be bothered getting up your arse to actually do it, or you don't give enough of yourself to an idea to really give it a fair shot. That's not good, and that's not what I'm talking about. So, in general, I think my advice to everyone, including myself, is try hard, fail often, and fail cheaply. That's very important. Fail cheaply. Don't invest so much of your own resources or your company's resources that you don't have the wherewithal to go through the thousands of iterations that's required in order to get your idea right. The presentation is up